You guys saw my reaction to the Robert Saleh hire, and I absolutely love it. As I dive deeper and deeper into this guy and learn more and more about his history, I just fall further and further in love. And I came across a really cool article about his 10 lessons in coaching. Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Guys, this video comes to you specially because of Mike Lynn. Mike Lynn was the one that Instagram messaged me this list, and I found it incredibly awesome. This is really neat, and I thought it was a really cool insight, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's go over this. What are the 10 lessons of coaching from Robert Saleh? At number 1, he says, ignore the noise, trust your process. There's going to be a lot of noise, especially in the media in New York City. We've heard rumors back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Manish Mehta was the king of spreading false information and just deceit and all this sort of stuff. So ignore the noise, trust your process, and build your team from within. Love this. At number 2, you have do what you love and love what you do with enthusiasm and passion. And I cannot relate to this hard enough. Like this is great for me because you're going to be doing whatever you're going to be doing for a long time. So you might as well love it. You want to enjoy what you're doing because you don't want to feel like you're at work when you're at work. And if you're talking about passion and enthusiasm, Robert Saleh's got a shit ton of it because watching him on the sideline, watching him explode is just so much fun, and I think it's going to bring a strong passion to this Jets organization. At number 3, he says, this profession is hard. Dominate the things you have control over. This is huge for me because there are areas that we saw with Adam Gase in terms of him wanting to groom Sam Darnold and be the offensive coordinator and be the head coach all at once. Control what you can control. He is now the head coach. He is starting to put coaches in position to be successful. So let them go about their business and you control what you can control on your end. Don't let other people make decisions for you. I like this move a lot. I think if you are focusing on your craft, you're more likely than not to rise up the ranks across the NFL spectrum. And it's exactly how Robert Saleh got to be our head coach. At number 4, he has ready versus prepared. There's a difference. Prepare for everything. So you can be ready for something, but if you prepare for absolutely everything, you're never going to be caught off guard and you're going to have a reaction for that set circumstance. It's not just like, oh, wow, this popped out of nowhere. No. Preparation beforehand will lead to readiness on day of game day. So this is a huge, huge aspect to the coaching empire. At number 5, he says the 3 most dangerous words. I got it. You must approach each day with humility to get better. How many times did we see Adam Gase stubbornly run 37-year-old Frank Gore into the middle of the offensive line? Like, we need someone with some humility, a little bit of, put the ego aside. Let's figure out what we can figure out, and let's get better where we can get better, and let's attack what we can attack on this game day. Like, you don't have to run the same play into the offensive line every single time on 2nd and long. I love this. I love that he's here to adapt the mindset. You don't want to say, hey, I know what's best all the time, because guess what? We can all learn. There's always ways we can get better across your everyday life. This doesn't apply to just coaching. At number 6, he says the NFL is a precision league. Every detail matters. This is so huge. It seems like the Jets have been missing all these little small details, whether it be penalties or techniques or little things like that. You have to hone in on all these small details here. And this is an argument for why I thought Deflategate was such a big issue, and it kind of gets brushed under the rug because the whole, they scored so many points. But when you're at the highest level of competition, the highest level of competition, the little bit of details that separate you from player 2, from player 3 are so minute. So you have to get every detail exactly right if you want to maintain your competitive edge over your competition. So every single detail, whether that is game film, whether that is conditioning, whether that is eating right, like all these things play a factor into how you come away with a win on Sundays. At number 7, he says, stay true to yourself, be authentic. There is nothing worse than watching someone who is just genuinely unauthentic. Genuinely unauthentic. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say here. A guy that is clearly putting on a front or faking something, it's not going to resonate with players. If you are authentic, you are passionate, you are showing that you are human outside of just being a coach. If you can be authentic with your players can be authentic with you. I think it creates a stronger bond. It's how you build relationships. Adam Gase was never around. No one wanted to build relationships with this guy. No, this is someone that I think can be authentic. You don't have to listen to the lies of Adam Gase in the press conference debating who's going to be calling plays. No, transparency is key here, and I think being authentic is part of that. At number 8, he says relationships matter. Seek accountability. the first part of this, relationships matter. Look at all the guys he's starting to bring into his coaching staff. I really like the whole Mike LaFleur hiring. I think some of the other guys he's come across this league are going to be huge as well. And your network is huge. More times than not, people aren't looking at a resume. They're getting a recommendation from someone. They're hearing, bits and pieces from people they trust. So building out your network, whether it be for football or for any sort of career path, is incredibly huge here. And when he says seek accountability, I want my coach to be accountable. I want them to call out and say, like, hey, look, I had a bad game today. This is where we got beat. This is what happened. Because Adam Gase, how many times did we just hear, oh, it's on the execution. The play calls are right. I have nothing to say about the play calling, but the players just got to execute. Like, no, get the hell out of here. Like, take accountability for your work and let's move on. I like this aspect of Saleh's coaching. At number 9, he says, put together the right team, create an identity. And while I think that definitely holds true for the players you put out on the field, like creating a strong running game or a strong passing game or a strong defense or something like that, I think it also holds true for your coaching staff as well. If you have everyone moving in the same direction, everyone has a similar goal, they're not conjunctive, like having, Gase hire Joe Douglas and then McCagnon and Bowles come in at different times and Rex is here for Idzik. And no, get everyone moving in the same direction. They all have the same goal. They're all tied together. So if one guy screws up, they all screw up. No, you want them all moving together. I like this a lot. This is huge. And then at number 10, he says, invest in your team, make everybody around you better. This is so, so, so huge. And I try to emulate this as best I can in my own work. If you can help out any aspect of a situation, even if it doesn't, positively reflect on you directly, like it may reflect on someone else a little bit better, I think it's important to push this ship forward. I think you want to have someone that's a team player that wants to see the team overall succeed. Not saying that you have to, put yourself to the side or not think of yourself in certain situations. But I think if you invest in the team and you build an identity similar to what the Patriots have, they have everyone buying in. Tom Brady takes a smaller contract because he wants to win. Now all the players fall in line behind him. Now it doesn't have to be exactly that, but if you have the GM, ownership, all the star players buying into a given message and they see that you're fully invested into the team because they are fully invested into the team as well, that goes a long way with the players, it goes a long way with the fans, and I think it goes a long way for a successful head coach. So guys, those are his 10 coaching lessons. Let me know what you think of them down below. Which one did you think was the most important? And as always, go Jets.